Hey, Andy here from 2 Minute Tech Tutorials. In this video, I'm going to show you how to remove the background from a video in Canva using the background remover tool. Now, I'll show you how to take a video like this, remove the background so it looks like this, and then replace it with another video or an image to look like this. Along the way, I'll also talk about some of the really good parts with this tool and some of the things that perhaps you should be aware of because they are slight limitations. If you find this video to be useful, please do give it a like, and if you haven't already done so, remember to hit that subscribe button. I've got plenty of other Canva tutorials on this particular channel, and I have a lot more to come. But now let's take a look at how to use the background remover tool. The first thing I should mention is that it is a pro feature. So in order to be able to use this, you need to have Canva Pro. Now, Canva Pro is not free. It costs around about £100 a year, or you can pay monthly for around about £10.99. However, if you click the link in my description, you can access a 30-day completely free trial of Canva Pro, which will allow you to use the background removal tool both for images and for videos like I'm going to do today, as well as access everything else that Canva Pro has to offer, and there is a lot. The great thing is, if you decide after 30 days you don't want to pay for it, that's absolutely fine. You can cancel your subscription, or you can continue paying, and if you pay monthly, you can cancel whenever you like. So as I said, the link is in the description if you want to sign up for that free trial. But now let's take a look at how to remove the background from a video. I'm going to simply create a new page here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a video. Now, your video could either be uploaded by you to your Canva account, so you could have recorded a video yourself, you could have sourced it somewhere else and then uploaded it, or it can actually be a video that lives in the Canva video library here. So there's lots of different videos that you can make use of, and we'll take a look at using one of those just shortly. But for now, I'm going to go to uploads, and you will see that we have our uploads area. I've got some videos already in here, but I'm going to go to upload files, and I'm going to locate the video that we want to work with. So here we have a video of this girl smiling in the street. I'm going to click open, and it's going to upload that video to my account. A couple of things to mention about videos and the background removal tool that are important. The first thing to mention is that the higher the resolution of the video, the longer it will take to remove the background. So if it's a standard definition video, it will take a lot less time than an HD video. For every 30 seconds of HD video, it will take around about 45 seconds to remove the background. The last thing I want to mention is that you can only remove the background of a 1 minute or less video. So if you have a video where the duration is higher than a minute, you will need to cut this up into separate sequences and then bring them in. Now, you could either do that from the page view down here, so you could create a new page for each video. You could then put the video on multiple pages and then cut it that way, or you could just do it outside of Canva and bring them in. If your video is just over a minute, then you might want to add it to your page, then use the editing tool within Canva, and then remove the background afterwards. This video sequence you'll see though is only 7.8 seconds, so this will work absolutely fine. Let me add it to my page by simply clicking on it. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on Edit Video, because I have the video selected, so I get this option. And we're going to make use of Background Remover from the Effects tab. Now, you can also adjust the properties for your video if you want to, but I'm just going to focus on background removal just now. Another thing to mention that's really important when it comes to removing the background is that you need the foreground object that is going to be left to have sufficient contrast between that and the background. So if this girl here, she's got a white shirt on, if the background was really light, like white as well, then it may struggle to actually cut her out, and it may leave either bits of the background, or it might actually take out some of her shirt. So if you're recording videos yourself, for example, if you're in a room that maybe doesn't look so pretty and you want to cut yourself out and put yourself in a different environment or a different color background, then it is recommended that you do either against something like a green screen, or if you do it against a solid wall, but make sure that the background color doesn't have too many colors going on, and that your foreground, so you, are in contrast to that. So if it's a really light wall, you might want to wear darker clothing. Okay, now all I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the background remover tool, and it will begin to process the removal. So as I said, around about 45 seconds for every 30 seconds of HD video. Once this gets to 100, it will have removed the background from this particular video. Okay, so you will see it has now removed the background from this video. I can click on the play button and we can see how well it has worked. Now, something that's quite important, and it'll become evident when we add another background to this particular video, is that sometimes you could end up having cropped the top here. So for example, if I filmed and I've got this at 1920 by 1080, but the head is at the top of the frame, then if we change the background, so let's for example click on the background color here, so we're clicking on the page, I'm going to change the color to orange, you will see it's quite obvious that this has been cut out. So what you may need to do is then resize your video so that you are positioning yourself or the object just a little bit beyond the page, and in that way when you click play you will see that when it gets to that point in the video it doesn't look like this has actually been cut out. Of course it's on an orange background, so that gives that away, but it just tidies it up a little bit. What you can do as well is you can crop away here, so we've got lots of excess space, we'll just pull that out for now. So anyway, we've simply changed the background there to another colour. Now this could be any colour you want, so you can go for orange, we could go for blue, we could even come up here and just use the eyedropper, pick from another picture, or choose something from here. At this point I want to highlight that if you export this as a video, it cannot have a transparent background, which means if you leave this as the likes of white for example, when you go to bring this into your other tool for video editing, you're going to have your object with the background color in place. So that's basically going to be like a full frame, and if you have an object underneath you won't see it. What you can do though is you can set this to a specific color, and then when you bring this into your other tools such as iMovie, Camtasia, Premiere Pro, you'll be able to use an option to actually remove a specific color from the sequence, and in this case you could pick that blue, which would cut that out. But what I want to do here is instead of using a coloured background, I want to change it over to an image. So I can go to photos, I can search in here for, let's just go for beach for example, and if I click on a beach image, then you'll see it has added it to the canvas. Now all I need to do is I can right click and I can replace the background, and it pops it in behind this particular video. So now when we play the video, you will see that we have this beach background. For the most part that's okay, but I would rather a moving background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the background here, I'm going to detach the image from the background and remove it, and then this time I'm going to go into videos. Now she's looking really sort of summery, it looks like she's been filmed in a nice kind of warm environment, so just for the purposes of this video I'm going to go for a heavy rain video, which is in complete contrast. So I'm going to click on this video here and I'm going to right click and I'm going to replace the background, and now you'll see if I go back and play this, then we have the person in the heavy rain. Now of course if you wanted to make it look a little bit more natural, you could click on it, you could go to edit, adjust, and you could adjust some of these properties here, but for now I'm just going to leave it as it is. Let's take a look also at how to work with videos which already live in the Canva Pro library. So instead of us uploading our own videos, I'm going to pull one in from this videos area here. Now I've already gone ahead and I've put a video sequence as the background for this particular page of this main video. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into videos and I'm going to search for Superman, and you can see below I've already ran this search before. But I'm going to scroll down and let's find a Superman where we've got a kind of solid background or sufficient contrast. This one here looks perfect. I'm going to click on it, that will bring Superman in, and then I'm going to follow the same process as before. We're going to go to Edit, and then we're going to go to Effects and Background Remover to cut out the background. Now because I've already done this before in this account, that went super quick. So it's already removed it for me, and all I'm going to do now is position him in the corner. So I'm going to drop him around about there. I'm going to go up to edit because it's a little bit too long, so we're going to trim it back, just leave it about 6 seconds. And something that's really quite important to note here is his head, like the other video, has been kind of cut off. Now, if I simply take that full sequence and drag it, if I release the cursor and click away, you will see that it basically takes him and the full background and sets that as the background for the video. So I've lost my clouds. So I'm just going to quickly undo that because something that I like to do just to make sure this doesn't happen is I'm going to crop in, then I'm going to resize them, and as long as my top video sequence isn't the exact width and height of the background, then you'll see when I release we have just the top object and we can still see our background. And then all I'm going to do is jump back to the beginning here, press play, and we'll see we've got this guy in the sky and we've got some clouds. And of course, if I wanted to change the background, that's not a problem. I can click on the background, we can detach it, we can remove it, we can find a different one. So I might just put in the sky. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to find the new sequence, I'm going to click on it, then I'm going to right click, set as a background, and then you'll see if we press play, we've changed the background. So there's a lot that you can do with the background removal tool. It's incredibly useful, and I think it works very well for talking head. If you are filmed in an environment that maybe you don't actually like the look of, you can change it to a solid background, you can cut yourself out completely, or you can change it to another background. One thing just to mention before I finish up the tutorial, if there's a lot of movement in the sequence, so if somebody's dancing or turning their head, then sometimes it will struggle to fully get rid of everything from the background. So you'll see here, if I just quickly change the background of this particular sequence to orange to make it clear, you'll see that this individual has a chair underneath their arm. Now sometimes the chair is visible and sometimes it isn't. The other thing to note is when they change their position of their head, so I think at one point they sort of look to the side, then sometimes what will happen is we'll see a little bit of the background here. So just be mindful if you're recording yourself, try to keep away from other objects that may not actually be removed or may sometimes be visible and other times not. Anyway, I really hope that you found this tutorial to be useful. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe to the channel and of course check out my other Canva tutorials. And of course, you can use that link in my description to sign up to your 30-day completely free trial of Canva. Just remember, if you don't want to carry on using it, you can cancel at any time, but that will allow you to at least play about with this, test out the features, and of course have a look at what else Canva Pro has to offer. But thanks again for watching.